Hello, I will. Pleased to meet you. I'm Alex from Heavy Music Artwork. How are you doing?
I'm fine. From which country are you from?
I'm actually Italian, but I live in the UK.
You live in the UK, so it's for a UK magazine then, right?
Yes, we have a new magazine called The Snakes. So this interview will be for the third issue released in January.
Ah, nice. Awesome, man.
We do mainly books. We had a magazine, but we had to sort of stop it because of COVID.
Yeah. COVID ruined a lot.
so that's why we started a new one. Anyway, thank you for your time and for this interview.
Yeah, of course, man. For us, it's an opportunity to promote our new record, right?
Yes. I didn't realize you were also in Asphyx.
You didn't?
No, I didn't realize, and then I did some more digging, and
now you do.
The whole band is in like a super group.
Yeah, look, I'm somewhere. Where's the camera?
Yes. I interviewed Martin.
Okay.
Nice. It was a really good interview with Martin.
Yeah, he can talk for hours.
Yeah, it was really long actually. It was like 2 hours.
Sometimes because most of the time when we play somewhere with Asphyx, Martin drives with me in the car, and then sometimes I really think, oh man, can you please be quiet for 10 minutes, And he really is a talker. If we have a show where we have to drive 5 hours, he talks 5 hours.
So is Berzerker Legion also one of your main projects, like Asphyx?
Yeah, well, Asphyx is really my main band, and the same if, of course, you have digged into Berzerker Legion as well, right? You see Thomas from Hypocrisy, Frederick from Vader, James, the drummer, he did, I said Frederick is from Die Funeral, sorry. James did Vader for a long time, but now he's doing Decapitated, so he's always very busy. And with Johnny, maybe a little bit less famous, but he does Wombat, and he has done many projects, also in Massacre, the USA death metal band. So I can't remember what the question was, but
if Berzerker Legion was your main, with Asphyx.
Oh yeah, no. What I just mentioned, they are actually our main bands, and Berzerker Legion. I'm not saying it started as a project, but we do have our priorities with our main bands, of course. But besides that, Berzerker Legion for me is really an expression for my Swedish melodic style of death metal. Like Adi Gates did in the past. And one moment, I have something here. I have to click it away. I can't click it away. It's my second band, let's say it like that. Asphyx I do for a long time now, and the other guys, they do their stuff for a long time. So Berzerker Legion it's simply not as big as the other bands, so it has less priority. But it doesn't mean it's not important for me, because it's actually very important.
And so is being a musician your main occupation, or do you have any?
Oh no. Music is and always will be just a hobby. Even Asphyx, I know we are pretty well known in the world, but besides music, I have a job as an engineer. I work for the same company for over 25 years now.
Okay.
So, and if I look at the other guys, I'm not sure, like Thomas, he's doing a lot of touring with Hypocrisy, but besides that, he works as well, when he's not on the road. James I think he's touring a lot and he can live from it, but the rest, we all have jobs. And even in Asphyx, we all work. Besides Martin, he can live out of it, but he won't be a millionaire with it, but and the rest is work. But if I look at me personally, when the moment when I feel it will get a real job, then I might quit, because it has to be fun and a hobby.
Yes.
And the way we do it now, I love it. Also with Asphyx, I don't want to talk too much about Asphyx, but we just do a couple of shows a year, and it stays fun all the time. It's not that you tour 40 days and you have to be on stage every evening. Now we do like 2-3 shows a month, sometimes just one, and you have some time at home with your friends and family and stuff. So hobby, but a big one.
I would, if you don't mind, because in a way I'm also in the same position. I also have a day job. I work as a designer, and so it is a passion, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Without, I think the way I live and do the way I live my life, and especially if you look at the music, you can't do that without the passion for it. Mm-hmm. Because music gains a lot of time and energy, to go to concerts, to travel, hard weekends, less sleep, and be back at work on Monday, and even, with the new Berzerker record, and also with the first one, you start writing music, takes time. We don't rehearse together because we all live in different countries. So I write my songs at home before we even start thinking about recording. And yeah, of course, I'm not the songwriter which can write like 6 songs in a week. So it takes me a really amount of time. So it's, I don't think you can do that without a passion for it. It's impossible. Unless it's your work,
And yeah, I was gonna ask. You actually touched a little bit how you work with the other guys, because you're all in different countries. So you
yeah. Well, actually, it's quite simple. I write the songs and Thomas write the songs. I write mine songs, mm-hmm. but I write them complete. So I just sit here where I sit now. I grab my guitar. I have a little recording device, and I write all guitars, all bass. I program the drums to the rhythm, and I arrange my songs. So musically, it's complete. And then I send it to the guys, and this is a song, and they can comment. They can give comments, but mostly they think, wow. So. And Thomas does the same in Sweden. He writes his songs and he programs, and we kind of make those home recording demo songs. So at least we have something to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you guys talk about? Do you guys talk about lyrics, titles? Like how does the ideas and inspiration come together?
Yeah, well, no. When this all started, actually it was just Thomas and me. Like in 2012, we had a big party. Where Asphyx played with Hypocrisy. It was somewhere in Sweden, and of course you had some beers. And then with beers, the wildest ideas come. And Thomas said to me, "Hey man, maybe we should play together. We should do something together." Well, after that year or 3 years, nothing happened. And then I had some old material on my computer which I never used, and I sent it to him, and he said to me, "Whoa, this is really good." And he told me, "Well, I have some stuff." So he sent it to me, and then I listened to his songs, and his style is different than mine, but I still liked it, and I already heard, hey, it fits good together. If you put my song and his song on a record, you have a variety of rhythms and stuff. Well, from there we started to write more songs, and then we had 11 songs for the first album. And then we were thinking about, okay, hey, maybe we should continue this, find some members, and go for it. That's how it actually happened. And from there, Berzerker Legion started to exist, and we recorded the first album. But only me and Thomas are the songwriters, and it's not that we talk about, hey, you should do that different. We accept from each other, hey, this is my song, and Thomas says the same. Hey, this is my song. But lyrical wise, when we finish our demo songs, we send it to Johnny, and we give Johnny a kind of free hand. Okay, here's the song. Write a lyric on it. On it. So we don't write the lyrics first, and then the song we first write the song, and Johnny just fits lyrics in, and then he comes with examples, and then I talk with Johnny about, okay, but I had in mind, hey, maybe you should sing on that part I wrote, or on that part, and then we fine tune the vocals, and then the song is born.
The one song which caught my attention was because it was pretty hard to find the lyrics, to be honest. The one song which caught my attention was in the last album, Nihilism Over Empathy.
Yes, that's one of my songs.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like hoping that.
That's a fast one, huh? Very fast.
Yes, I was hoping that because sometimes when I speak to bands, they tell me, "Oh, I didn't write that song. Another guy wrote the song." So, what does nihilism over empathy mean? Like, I mean, I know what the words mean, but like what is about?
The lyrics that you should ask Johnny. I think, yeah, what's the Dutch? Let me see the Dutch thing for nihilism.
I think it's like the belief in nothing, or having no belief.
Yeah, it is the belief that nothing in the world has a real existence.
Mm.
You should skip that line for your interview, because I'm not sure what Johnny meant with that. I like the title a lot.
Yeah, the title is great. It has a good sound to it, because of both words, empathy and nihilism, are sort of contradicting.
Yes, that's probably what he means. Let me.
No problem.
And that's you see, that I had many interviews, but you digged a bit deeper than the other guys. Yeah.
I try.
The belief that nothing in the world has a real existence. Nihilism.
And if you don't mind me saying this, the album covers and the song titles, they reminded me a lot of old Bow Thrower.
Oh yeah, maybe the covers. About the covers I can say a lot, because I did it all. I didn't draw them, but I had contact with the guy when we started the band. We need to have a name,
mm-hmm.
And I think I came up with the band name because I wanted something powerful, and probably on TV I just saw something with Berzerkers. I don't know, but I had the word Berzerker in my mind, and then I was like, well, we are with 5, so yeah, we are a legion of metal Berzerkers. That was the thought. So that way the name came, and then when we started with the first album, I found the guy named Adi Christianize. That's his name on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, we already had the album title and we had the band name, and I told him, yeah, we want a Berzerker, and we have a title. It's called Obliterate a Week. Can you make some sketches? And from there he came with that first Berzerker. And if I look at all his other artwork, you can't see really Bow Thrower stuff in his artwork, so that could be a coincidence. But it's I know what you mean. If you look at the old Bow Thrower covers, there's the fighting and there's the chaos, but as far as the second album, we had the thought about the first album we have the Berzerker character, which I'm looking at the poster now.
I'm looking also. I have it in front of me.
Yeah. I have Obliterate a Wiki, but I really liked the cover and that idea. And Thomas said to me, "Hey, maybe we should use the same character on the second album." So I wrote that guy again. I think he's from Indonesia, and I said, "Well, okay, we're gonna do a second record, and we want to use the same Berzerker. Can you do that again?" And he said, "Of course I can." Well, I came with the title "Chaos Will Reign." So I told him, okay, this time the Berserker, in the first album, the Berserker is kind of creating an army with only the strongest. That's why it's called Obliterate the Weak. The weak ones will be terminated, and the strong ones will join him in his conquering, I don't know what, something like that. It's kind of fiction. And then I was thinking, okay, in the second album, he has raised his army. He has a lot of strong warriors and stuff. And okay, Chaos will reign. So he will reign, of course. He's the main berserker, that the character. So I was thinking, okay, put him on a pile with corpses, and I want to see chaos around. That's the only thing I said.
Okay.
And then he came because he's a really good artist, creative guy. So he came with a sketch, and I said, okay, that's it. Work that out. So and I'm not sure if it looks like Bolt Thrower, it's by coincidence, but still Bolt Thrower always had the futuristic battles, and we're more going to the ancient battles, I guess. It's a bit fiction, but it's not easy these days to come with or a band name, an album title, or an artwork with all the bands in the world.
I love the colors and the texture, and also like there is movement. I love that. I think Adi did a great job.
Absolutely, but believe me, I have seen that cover. So the same cover, the same drawing in maybe 10 or 15 different colors and effects and stuff.
Oh, okay. So he did try with different colors as well.
Yes. We have seen a lot we had examples with a lot of fire on behind, but then it became more yellow. So I said, okay, put away the fire, and there's one with no fire, which was also very good. At the end, we were doubting about 2 results, and we choose for the one we have now. And I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Really, it's a like you say, it kind of lives. It has an expression. You look at the cover, and you almost can experience it, for my feeling.
And I love that with the first album, they kind of go together well. When you have them together, like a set. It's a really nice sort of set.
Yeah, but totally different colors.
Yes, and totally different colors, but yet they go well together, in my opinion.
Okay, I didn't think about it yet, but I kind of when I got my items of the LP, I kind of compare them with each other. But maybe you're right.
I think Asphyx.
It's still the same Berserker, only in a different concept. So
yes. I think even the Asphyx album covers, they go well together. When they're together. I used to work in a record shop, so I used to stock your records. So I remember really well.
Yeah, many has been done, of course, by Axel Herman, and
yes.
And so Death's Boot Away was done by another guy, but the old ones was Axel, and the last 3 ones, if you look at Death Hammer, Incoming Dead, and Necrosaurus, it's all different colors but all the same style. It's so I think that makes it fit together.
Yes.
And maybe now what we do with Berzerker Legion, asking the same artist, so he has the same style. Maybe that has also something to do with that they fit together if you compare them next to each other.
Yes.
Because it's the same artist. I didn't think about it so far, but maybe you're right.
And okay, this question is going to sound odd, but it's up to you if you want to continue with the answer or not. In heavy metal, death metal, and also see it from your lyrics or your titles, there's always this deep negativity and deep hatred, if you like. Like the song titles or lyrics are always very dark. Why is that?
It's not always. If you look at Asphyx, we have those fun songs like The Feeder,
Yes,
Both
but the
Dogs Implosion. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think if you listen to the music, it's kind of strange to sing about roses and love because sometimes the music is aggressive.
no, of course, but when I asked this question, because I did ask a few times, like the answer is always the opposite direction. So it's either death, and then the response is always, oh, we can't sing about sunshine. Sure, but there's a spectrum of subjects to go from death to sunshine. That before you reach sunshine, there is still another thousands of subjects you can discuss.
Yeah, true. Well, like I said, for the new album, I wrote my first lyric ever, and that is from the song "Chaos Will Reign." I wrote that one because I was looking at the cover and I was thinking, okay, that should be in there, but that's just a story about the Berzerker and how we, so it's fiction, but it's about violence, of course. Berserkers are not on the world to be sweet. But yeah, that is, I have no idea. We have some war teams. Chaos Will Reign. Of course, we are aiming for the Berserker and that he will reign in his world and with hard hands will control it. But for us, there was also the side note that in general there is a lot of chaos in the world. I think already since the planet exists, you have the storms, the floods, war, the diseases, chaos has always been there and will always be. And that's also a side note on what we want to spread, at least what I want to spread with the title and the album. Chaos was there and will always be. So
chaos will always reign.
Yeah. Chaos was there 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. You see the dinosaurs have died because of a comet, but that's what they say. That was chaos too. It's somehow it will always be around us. You saw this summer all the fires and the storms, and it's. But yeah, back to your question. That's a hard question, which I don't know what I'm not exactly sure what to say about why is it always so aggressive. I think from the beginning, when metal just started, it was meant to be shocking, because it was like an anti-social thing where the youth went. And I remember when I was like 16, 17 years old, I wanted to shock the normal people, with my Cannibal Corpse shirts and. So maybe that never did disappear somehow.
No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I'm 50 now, so I went through the same.
Yeah.
But now, like even at work, and I work for a big corporation. Like one of my manager, we were chatting the other day, and he said, "Oh, I went to see Meshuggah the other night." So it's like there are no more people left.
No, it's strange, eh? It's yeah.
I mean, it was normal nowadays because times have changed.
Yeah, a lot. I know, but maybe it's just because maybe it's just branded in our minds to. But we also have the song "This Is the End," which is a kind of a sad song about some depressive stuff. So it's not only that, but it's the same question. Why is this music called death metal? It's yeah. I have no idea.
So how did you get into metal?
Well, that was a long time ago. Actually, I already we had a band in the Netherlands. It was in the 70s, and I was only 3-4 years old, and that band was. Maybe you can compare it to the old Status Quo, like kind of style, only in Dutch dialect language. And And I already loved that when I was free. But back in the days, it was not the hardest music, but it was pretty rough music in the 70s. So I think I was born to be a metal guy. But when I was a bit older, I had an older sister, and she had those metal friends. And so I was sitting in my room, but I heard metal from my sister's room, like I think Ride the Lightning and that kind of stuff, you know. And from there I started to listen to metal too, and it never went away. I had my first Maiden shirt, and when I only was 12 years old. So yeah, I was there early, but the death metal came, of course, a bit later. I first heard a little bit, you know, of the whole thrash, the thrash happening, and then, of course, when you're getting older, you meet some friends, and of course, because I love metal, I met friends who love metal too. And one of those friends had an aunt, and she was a bit older, and she came with the first Out of Sea, the first Morbid Angel, and you know, from the thrash I went to the death metal, and my mom thought it was just a period, but a very long one then, I guess. I still listen to it, and I cannot imagine my life without metal. Never.
So when did you realize that you wanted to be in a band? Like, what made you, like, say, okay, this is something I want to do?
Yeah, well, I heard all those. I had some friends who were playing in bands. At one point, my best friend was asked to play in a band, and then I was thinking, hey, but if he goes, then I must go. So I borrowed a bass from a friend, and I started to do a bit bass guitar, and then, you know, rehearsed, and then we started. But I guess it also, you know, we saw all the bands here come, you know, touring in the early 90s, the late 80s, and back then I thought they were much older than I was. But now looking back, they almost had the same age, you know. But you know, it was something I wanted to do too, you know, make metal and spread it over the world, you know, travel and party. It looked very nice what they did. Now hearing the stories back, I think they had terrible times touring back then.
So you must have been touring extensively with especially with Asphyx, right, all over the world.
Yeah, but like I said, a real tour we never do because we don't want.
Okay. Oh yes, you said yes.
We make some exceptions, you know. If we go to, if we travel over the ocean, we take some more days. You know, we don't normally we don't go across the ocean for one show. So we did a 10-day thing in South America. We did a West Coast tour, but all short ones. You know, it's not like really long tours. So so mostly we do those weekend shows. Mostly one show in the weekend. Sometimes we combine it with another venue. But okay. It's not really touring. I never liked that.
And sorry, if you don't mind me asking, to go back to the song title, because you said that, because while you were talking, I was getting distracted with what you said, that normally when you do interviews, you don't get asked such deep questions. So what I'm wondering about, what people normally ask when you do interviews.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a nice question. Of course, a lot goes about the album, you know. Especially, you know, when we released the first album, everybody wanted to know how the band started and what has happened. And but now with the second album, many people notice and tell me that the second album seems better than the first, more professional in sound, but also in songwriting. And then they want to know from how come, you know, and then they want to know about the production, how we wrote it, and it's a pretty regular, common.
No, do you know why I'm also asking? Because, you know, usually, like you've been in doing this for a long time, So for me to come up with original questions, man, is almost impossible. Because
I know, but in general, people want to know how the album, how do you say it in English? You know, how it went from the idea, the songwriting, the album, how we do it, and they ask a lot about if we're ever gonna play live and that stuff, and had some COVID questions. What did we do during COVID? And not much, of course.
Yeah, I must admit, when COVID happened, I got a lot of questions from that event to ask, you know, like how did you deal with it? How did you deal with it? Was it okay for you?
With the COVID?
Yeah, like did you?
Well, you know, if I look at Berzerker, it was the worst thing what could happen to a band who just released a new album.
Yes, of course.
Because after the release of the first album 3 years ago, I went to Sweden and we did a weekend of rehearsals, and we had a show in House of Metal in Umeå. It's in the north of Sweden. That would be our first live show. So I went, I think a couple of weeks before, I flew to Sweden and we did a rehearsal, and the rehearsal already sounded great. So, and then we did that show and it was fat as hell. It was so massive and it was so good, and I was really surprised how good the songs came out live, you know, with all the melodies and the harmonies. So we were totally ready to do that festival season, you know, and to do club shows, and then COVID came and the borders closed, you know, the lockdown. So we were only able to do one show. So a lot of work for nothing, because it took us some time to learn the songs live, you know, and so that was hard. And then, yeah, of course, you sit at home, and I think, I can't even remember, but I think many of the songs of the second album I wrote during that period, and not really with the intention that it was for a next album, but just to pass time, you know. And then you know, just like first album, hey Thomas, listen to this, I wrote this last week. And he said, well, that's good. And then he came and stuff, and then last year, early last year, I told the guys, well, Thomas and we have another 11 songs. Do you want to go for a second one? And then, yeah, well, why not? And now 1.5 years later, so it took us some time because we were busy last year with the festivals and stuff. But now the second album comes out soon. So, but there was not much else to do during COVID.
Yes.
It's
all right.
A boring, hard time for everyone.
Yes, I mean, yes. I mean, for me, it was actually okay. I mean, we live in a village, so it wasn't so bad. Alwin, I thank you very much for your time for this interview. I wish you all the best with both bands. And
yes, no more questions. I have time. If you have more questions, I do have time. It's
no, I ran out of questions. We had a great conversation. Really enjoyed chatting with you.
Right, man.
And I will keep you posted either directly, if you don't mind, with the Skype or with Steffi.
Did you hear the whole record, or?
No, I heard the single.
The single that is the Gores of Anguish, right?
Well, let me check.
It's one of Thomas's songs.
Let me check. Yeah, Chorus of Anguish, yes.
Yeah,
it's really nice. I really liked it. It reminded me of death metal when I was growing up.
Yeah, but I think in our music, if I look at me personally, you know, I have two sides in metal. I'm a really big fan of the really old school, straight in your face death metal, you know, with the brutal riffs. But my other side, I always had a week about that, especially that old Gothenburg scene, like Alt at the Gates, Alt in Flames, Eucharist, but also from Stockholm bands like Canaris Quintet. I don't know if you know them.
Yes.
They made amazing albums with those, in my eyes, typical Swedish melodies and harmonies. And I remember when I was younger, I was sitting with my guitar and just play along with those songs, and that way I learned their styles and techniques. And I think during the years I kind of created my own style by combining that melodic style with my love for brutal death metal, and that's what you hear in my songs. And I think this Thomas songs, so the one you hear, they also have that old school feeling, you know. It's so, and I think because we write different, I could not write a song the way Thomas writes them. And I think Thomas cannot write the songs the way I do, because I play a bit more with those melodies, harmonies, and higher solo parts. But somehow, if you put all the songs on one album, it fits very, very good together. My style and the one, and Thomas's style. And if you divide the songs in the right way, and we also did it with the first album, you know, if it take me weeks to just do that, you know, listen to the songs and where to place the songs. I think for Chaos Will Reign, I took me 2 weeks until I was happy with, okay, this should be the sequence of the songs. But I think because we are different songwriters, the album is, you will hear it later, I think, the album is so dynamic from the start till the end, you know, and I think that's an extra power from us, that we don't write the songs together, but we really write them apart. I do my stuff, he does his stuff, and we put it on one album on the right place. And I think that's what makes the album pretty diverse and especially dynamic. And with the new record, we went to Black Lounge Studio, Jonas Kjellgren, and he's a big name. He knows what he's doing. With his mix and sound, yeah, I think we made a huge step forward compared to our debut album, Obliterate a Week.
You know, we did an interview actually with you guys. Now I'm thinking about it because I've done so many interviews, and we even published in one of the books that we did. Let me see if I can.
About Berzerker?
Yes. It was. I can send you a copy if you want.
Yeah, man. Curious
about
it.
I'm in the lounge. If you wait 1 second, I'll go and get the book so I can show it to you.
I have all evening.
Okay. So the book has about 220 interviews.
Ah, cool.
Hardback.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I seen that cover a few years ago, that we have a page there. It's also about the artwork, right? Yeah. How cool is that, man? Where can I buy that book?
Oh, I'll send you one. I'll send you a copy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just give me your address in Skype.
Okay, man. That looks amazing. Whoa.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it very well. Yeah, man.
A lot of good bands, you know, the usual death metal bands. It's a nice book. I'm really happy the way it came out. Hardback. Yeah, give me your address. I'll send you a copy.
Okay, man, I will. I
just remembered because it was like the orange cover. And then I said, yes, it's in the book.
Yeah, it is orange.
No, I mean, like, this book has about 210 interviews. And then I did another one on black metal, also about 200 interviews. So I can't remember every band.
No, I understand. But that's, you know, that's when you're busy. It's the same with me with shows, you know. Many people come to me, hey, you remember me? Yeah, we talked there and there. And I was thinking, hey, did I play there, you know? It's you can't remember everything. It's impossible. Yes. And we're getting older.
Yeah, we're getting older. Yeah, of course. I mean, you must be doing hundreds of interviews.
Oh no, it's not that much, but I passed half of the interviews to Thomas.
Okay. Okay.
Last time I all did them myself, and I said with this album, hey, that's not gonna happen again because, I have a regular job, and then I come home, I have to cook dinner, I have to relax a little bit, and then I went up and I was writing and writing and writing and talking, and that went on for weeks. So I could not hear the word Berzerker Legion anymore at some point, It's a so I said, well, with this album we're gonna divide it because we all can do something,
Of course.
Yeah. So it's better. So it's pretty okay now. You are the third this week.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, I only sent the request. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? And then Steffi just sent me the time today, like in the morning. I said, sure, of course.
Yeah, because this weekend we have a video shoot with Berzerker Legion, so I only had time tonight, and if it could not be tonight, it would have been somewhere next week because Friday I gonna pick up the guys from Amsterdam, and then we drive to where I live, and we have a big place and a camera crew, and we're gonna make a video from the Gears Lorraine song.
Okay.
So
okay,
it's
nice.
that still has to happen. We are way too late, so a lot of stress from the label. But that will happen this week. Friday we build up, and Saturday we shoot all day, and Sunday I bring the guys back, and then they fly back home, and Monday everybody goes back to work. So that's passion, right?
Of course, of course. I mean, it's 8:30. I had all day at work, and here we are chatting.
Yeah, crazy, huh? Yeah. But it was a very nice talk, man. And I really hope that you have enough information to make a nice story.
Oh yes, of course, of course. Yeah, I mean, the magazine is released in January.
Yes.
So I'd be happy to send you a copy, and also would be nice if you could share the news.
Yeah, of course, man. We can spread it on on our Facebook.
Yeah, I think it's nice, like. Because obviously we put a lot of effort. Is your time is my time, and
yeah, of course. You have to help each other in this very busy world with bands and magazines. It's as simple as it is. But and you always can contact Steffi or send it to Steffi, and she will send it to me. It's one way or another you will find me.
Okay, awesome.
Not so hard. Hey, I gonna send the address to you, and man, the book looks killer. Hey.
Yeah, it's very nice. It came out really nice.
But you wrote it. You wrote it.
No, it's just the interviews.
Yeah, but you did.
Yes.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah, all of them. That's what I do. I do interviews all the time, and I'm not even a journalist. I just like to chat with bands.
Yeah, and to make a nice story.
And to make stories. Yes.
But I don't see myself as a good musician. I'm just a hobby guitar player. What he loves.
Yes.
Don't ask me very hard solos to play. I'm a pretty basic musician with passion for what I do. That's I'm absolutely not a professional.
No, it's fine. I mean, I love talking to bands and to musicians because the lifestyle is so different from your average person.
Yes.
And I just enjoy hearing the stories.
Sometimes
and I hope that people that buy my publications, they also enjoy reading the stories.
For me then, as the musician, sometimes it's really, how do you say that in English? The contrast, like for example, last year we played Mexico Metal Fest in Monterrey, Mexico. You have I think 30,000 crazy Mexicans.
Amazing.
Treating you like a god. I wanted to look at the merchandise, and I did 5 steps in the audience, and there came so much people that security pulled me back behind the fence.
Oh, wow.
And then you fly home, and then you come here, you go back to your work, and then your boss tells you, "Hey, I want to have this done for today." You know, it's and 2 days ago you were, I won't say treated like a god, but you understand what I mean. The contrast is so high, and it's yeah, that's sometimes it's a strange experience, you know. That moment you're in Mexico, raining, yeah? And then 2 days later you're at work, and yeah, you know, talking with your clients and do your job. So yeah, but you know, I'm still I never felt like a god or big guy. I'm just Alwin from a little town in the Netherlands who loves to play metal. That's me. Yeah.
I love Mexico. I've been there for like a month. We were there for a month.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we go back in November. There's the Hell in Heaven Fest.
Okay.
So we go back in November. So just for one show. So, but we fly.
It's an amazing place. Sorry.
We fly business class, so it's.
Oh, nice.
Makes it a lot easier because it's only one show. You know, it's crazy. You know, but that's also talking about passion. You fly over the ocean for 1 hour play, and you fly back and you go back to work. So how can you do that if there's no passion? You know.
Of course. Do you get the chance to maybe hang out for a little longer and, you know, see the place? And
only at the hotel pool with some beers. but that was good too. But I remember a few years ago we did a small South America tour for 10 days. But then we went over there 2 days before the first show, so at least we had 2 days in Rio de Janeiro to walk around, you know. So we saw something, but once the tour starts, it's chaos.
Okay.
So the traveling,
tight schedule.
Yeah, getting flights because we didn't have the bus. It was all flying. It was so it was 2 days relaxing, and then the tour started. But still, you know, it was an amazing experience, of course. Yeah.
Did you go with the Berzerkers or with the Asphyx?
Oh, that was with Asphyx.
Okay.
With Berzerker, we only did one show.
Oh, the one you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, finally, after releasing and prepare to play live, you know, with all the practice, we could do one song, and then whole Europe, all the world, blocked their doors.
Well, at least it was a good show, like you said.
Yeah. It was. There's one song on YouTube, only one. So.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
Oh, I'll have a look.
Only one show of only one song, and that's the only evidence of us playing there.
Will you plan to play live again in the future?
Yes. We talked about that, and you know, listening to the new album, and you know, really a lot of people say that it's a real powerful album. It's really, it has real high standards compared to many of the releases we hear today. You know, because I think the market is pretty much filled. And also with a lot of crap. Sorry for the guys who write the music, but in these days I have a high demand on myself while writing. I think from everything I write, 80% I threw away because I think it's not good enough. It has been done before. It's too weak. It's too lame, you know. But I hear many bands, mostly smaller bands. They come with the riffs, and I think, hey, if you did that back in the 90s, it was perfect. But now you should do better.
There's a lot of music. Like there is so much.
Yeah, too much.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like from like press releases, like hundreds emails a day. I mean.
Crazy, yeah.
I mean, it's good that people have a passion, like we said. And if you know, to say what's good or what's bad, in my opinion, time will tell. Because usually things that are worth it will stick. in people's mind, in
Yes,
people's lives.
absolutely. But the best thing, and I even noticed that with Berzerker Legion, you know, with all those releases, you have to skip through, because how you think, how I think, everybody thinks, and they don't want to look in those CD stores anymore because it's too much you don't know, and really a lot is, in my opinion, is really bad written metal, and it doesn't add anything to the scene, yeah, it's hard if there is a band who makes an album which might be a bit over the average. It's still hard to get through because
There's so much.
The chaos of CDs, of the chaos of releases. Then that's pretty typical, I think, since last 10 years or something. It's crazy. But still, you always find pearls in the stream of CDs. So sometimes you discover a band and you think, whoa, man, this is amazing. So that's good, and I hope people think that about Berzerker Legion. Hey, this is that pearl in the chaos of albums, and then like I said, we can use attention as well, to spread the name, and let people know that we are around, and then they can listen, and of course, you can't. There's no band which can please everyone with their music. There will always be people. No, this is not my thing. It's okay, I have to say, but at least as long as your name is there, people can decide for themselves. Hey, I can take a listen, and then if it's good, I can buy a record. If it's not good, forget about it.
Usually the labels have good ear in getting good bands on board.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know it. It's but I think I remember when I sent the second album to Laurent, he was really surprised and extreme happy, and he really thought it was a really strong, powerful record, music-wise as well, production-wise. So, and of course he has a label since '93 or something. So he heard his he heard his stuff. He knows. So I trust him in his opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was growing up listening to metal, because obviously it's not like now you can just go to Spotify. You really have to make sure that your little money that you have.
Yeah, I missed that time.
Really was spent.
I missed that time, but I don't have Spotify. I still am a fanatic collector.
Okay,
so
that's good.
As well, vinyl and CD. I buy a lot of vinyl. I buy a lot of CDs. I support a lot of metal. And I need it physical in my hand. Spotify and those digital things on your it has absolutely no value or meaning for me. I need that record in my hand, and I want to look, and I want to see where it's recorded. I want to see photos, and for that reason, I also spent a lot of time to not only do the artwork with Adi, but also the complete layout, because people not just buy music, they buy a product, and if I buy a CD, I don't want a 4-page booklet, I want information, I want lyrics, and so it's what I expect, I also give. So we really took a lot of time on the layout as well to make it nice that you have a total product. It's not just music on the CD, but you buy a product complete.
Yes, I love nowadays that labels make an effort with with different color vinyls. I really like that. I used to, back in the 80s and 90s, I used to collect them, and also the shaped records. I don't know. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, I have some of those. Yeah, you have the shaped ones, but it's these days it's crazy in colors.
Yes, it's really nice. Plus, the colors, they go with the cover, so it's even more desirable.
But still, you know, for the finals, I notice it every time. If you just have the black one,
classic black.
They always play the best.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't realize.
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
And then and after that, you better can have one colored one than, for example, a splattered one.
Okay.
Because they make more sound somehow. I don't know. I have a lot of splattered and colored one because I like it. But always I go back if I hear a black one. I don't know how to say it. It has less noise when it turns.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't realize that.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's just in my head.
No, now I'll have to try it. Try it.
But it seems that colored ones and the splattered ones and but you have more swirled ones. They have more ticks in it at some places.
Okay.
But like I said, maybe I'm fooling myself in that.
No, to be honest with you, I remember again when I was a teenager, as well as metal, I also liked it, electronic music. So I think with electronic music, if you're not a trained eye like yourself, it's really difficult to spot this kind of differences because electronic music is more calm, you know, like Kraftwerk or Depeche Mode is more. You can hear the details, but with death metal, if you're not trained, you don't. I mean, I don't notice the different, like this very sensitive differences.
No, but it's a feeling. I'm not sure, but mostly I try to find black ones.
Okay.
Just stay to the classic.
Classic. Okay. Alwin, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, man.
Nearly an hour.
Yeah. Who cares? Everything for a nice story.
Of course, and a nice chat, of course.
Yeah. Have you seen my shirt?
Yes, I saw.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, I wish you very good luck, and I'm gonna send the address here. I do it right away because I will forget it. My head is full of the video, and then yeah. And I hope
you let me know what you think of the book, obviously.
Yeah, I will do. Absolutely, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. All the best.
And bye-bye. Cheers.
Hey, folks. Thanks for watching this podcast. If you enjoyed this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend, your family, and your cat. And stay awesome. Don't forget to check out our store at www.headingmusicartwork.com. Ciao for now.
Preview.